This Friday sees the start of the biggest weekend out in the Championship thus far, with 6 teams battling just for one playoff spot. Lose and you're out, win and you're still in. We'll talk about it next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. Today we're talking about match day number 43 out in the Championship, and we'll get to it in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Championship related, Blackburn Rovers related, whoa, football related. We got it all here, boys, under one roof. Now, what I meant by that intro is that, of course, there are still, I think 3 of the playoff spots are nailed on. But there's a good chasing pack, 6 of them, battling it out for one spot, and a lot of them are locking horns with each other this weekend, or a lot. It could be all much more clearer, and I think 2 or 3 of them could break away and leave the rest chasing. But anyway, we'll talk more about that in a minute. I want a big shout out to the Patreons. Yeah, you know who you are, boys and girls. Of course, we've got William Shepherd, and he's the new boy, the newie, coming in just last week. So respect to William Shepherd for joining the Patreon gang. He joins the illustrious gang, of course, of LG and Cal, Bianca Muller, Daniel Mellor, Noco Drinker, Aztec, Marky B. Mark, John Spurn, Tom Barrister, Cody Cahoe, Russell Frost. Woo! Just off the top of my head, I remember those bad boys. Now, again, if you want to join the illustrious VIP gang, the Dirty 10, we want to make it a Dirty 11 to create a dream team of patrons, because we need one. Then we're looking for subs, of course, but first, right now, we just want to get 11, and then we'll have a team of patrons coming out each and every week to support the channel. That's right, boys and girls. Anyway, if you are interested, there is a link down below, patreon.com/Roverseas. But we're also here to talk. We're here to talk about that. That's right. We're here to talk about the Sky Bet Championship, match day number 43 coming at you. But we'll take a look at match day number 42. Of course, there is one game left still to play in match day 42, but we're not really fussed about that one. It's only Leeds. It's the criteria, boys and girls. And what is the criteria? What do you mean by criteria? Well, the criteria is what I'm going to judge you and myself by. 0 to 3, you're in the shit-faced gang. 4 to 8, you're in the straight-faced club. 9+, you get the coveted top banana. So let's take a look at the games that took place last time out. Of course, Birmingham. How did you guys get on? Well, I think you lost, didn't you? Swansea putting up a nice Barnsley there. 3-1 win in the end, despite Birmingham scoring first with Djukowicz, Ryan Brewster, Cabango, and Fulton on score sheet for Swansea. I actually got this. I got this whole match day wrong. 1-1 in the end, so wrong. Brentford did take care of business against Charlton. Of course, Brentford just knocking them for 6 every 2 seconds now. Ben Rama from the penalty spot, Pinnock as well. Despite Macaulay Bonne, scoring for Charlton 2-1 in the end. I got the right amount of goals on this one, 3-0, and I also got the right victory, which was Brentford. Of course, the game of the weekend was over in Wales, that's right. 3-2 bellybuster with an Adam Armstrong absolute belter. Despite going behind twice, Rovers picking up the victory, the 3 points, and kind of giving us a mini reboot as we try to chug, like on our Zimmer frame, as we try to chug along with the old playoffs. We're hanging on in there. To be honest with you, as long as if we could mathematically get it on the last day, that would be, like if we're there and it's 3 points adrift to get in there, and, you know, all the other teams need to lose or something, I don't care. As long as we have a sniff, I'll be happy with that. Anyway, 3-2 final score, of course, goals from Volks. It was a good goal. Not the best goal of the day, of course. Danny Graham then equalised. Robert Glatzel then got themselves back in front. Dominic Samuel with another scrappy effort. And it was all over. Of course, Adam Armstrong with a Bobby Dazzler. 2-0 in the end for me. That's what I got. So I got 2 out of 2. If we ended it there, we'd not too shabby. Leeds against Stoke, we just don't know. We have to wait and see. I'm actually going with a 3-0 win for Leeds. Yeah. So we'll see. Next up, we have Luton Town against Barnsley. That ended up all square, 1-1 in the end. Goals for Luke Berry and Apo Halme on the score sheet for Barnsley. I actually went with Luton on this one, so yeah, got that one wrong. Forest did lose to Fulham, 1-0 in the end. Harry Atta with a 45-minute strike or goal, whatever, put it in the back of the net. I actually saw this going in favour of Forest. What am I thinking? 2-1 in the end. Reading against Huddersfield was a snore fest. 0-0 in the end. No goals there. I actually saw us going in favour of Reading after they put 5 past Barnsley or whoever it was last time around. Preston got back to winning ways and back in the hunt as well. Despite their shitty form the past few games, they're right back in it. And they're looking good as well. 3-1 win in the end. Goals. Who did the scores on that one? Yeah, who did score those goals? There was, I think, they trailed. Jacob Murphy scored on the 58th minute, but 3 late goals. Scott Sinclair, Jaden Stockley, and Brad Potts gave Preston the much needed win. And then you never know. Maybe they're going to come out of nowhere and snatch that last playoff spot. Again, Bristol City got back to winning ways. 2-1 win there. They're pretty much out of it, I think. There's too much to make up for them. I don't know if it's mathematically possible for them, but Diadodu, Patterson on the score sheet for Bristol City, and Jordi Device on the score sheet for Hull, who needed the victory because everything else didn't really go well. Not much went that way. Millwall lost to Millwall lost to Borough 2-0 in the end. Of course, Warnock's boys getting the vital win. Britt Sommerlonger doesn't deserve to be in League One, but he doesn't really need to be paid as much as he gets. He's a phenomenal striker at this level. Ashley Fletcher getting the winner though, two goals. The final goal there from a penalty spot. I actually went with the 2-1 win for Millwall. Nope. Wigan, they also won against QPR. Who got that goal? It was Kiefer Moore, just got 1-0 goal, 33rd minute. Actually went with the 2-1 win for Wigan, not too bad. And West Brom did smash Derby, 2-2 final score for me. I got that one wrong. Goals on that one. Who scored on that one, son? It was Dianganga and O'Shea on the score sheet for Wigan. Louis Sibley get himself sent off on that one late in that game. So I did 1, 2, 3. 3? Did I do 3? Yeah, I did shit. Boys. I did absolutely shit. This is the situation out of the table right now. West Brom lead, 2 points over Leeds, who play today, and that could get changed once again. Brentford, as it stands right now, 3 points adrift of Leeds. So if Leeds were to lose, then Brentford have a sniff of getting in there. So they just got to keep on winning. Fulham not too far behind as well in 4th, 73 points. Forest are 5th. I think they got automatics. They're probably nailed there. They're probably nailed on in the playoffs though. And Cardiff are 6th as well. As it stands, 1 point clear of Swansea, other Welsh team, who are 2 points clear of Preston, who are level on points with Derby, who are a couple of points adrift of Blackburn Rovers. Realistically, I think it's from Millwall up, who still have a shout. Millwall and Rovers have got an outside shot. We're not fancying it. Luton, Barnsley and Hull going down as it stands, in a way. Of course, if Wigan keep winning, they've got a 12-point deduction still on the table, and that would, at the moment, puts them on, 41 points? Is that right? 41 points? They could still do this. They could still do that with that impending doom. But still, right now, as it stands, they would go to the bottom and Hull would be sparred. But still, Hull, Charlton, Stoke, Huddersfield and Middlesbrough not out of the woods just yet. Now, before we get into your predictions, I want to remind you that next season, boys and girls, we're going to be doing the Prediction League. What's that? A Prediction League? Well, basically, all you need to do is just continue what you're doing, but make sure you're a regular predictor so I can get a good average for you. Because basically, at the end of each episode, I'll do a quick ranking of the top 10, see who's leading the charge as the best predictor for the championship in this regard. And then, of course, at the end of it, if you're victorious, you'll get a t-shirt or a mug or something like that. We'll sort something out with this emoji of the smirking king or queen. I'm not sexist. So make sure you participate in the Prediction League. No cost to you. Just keep on predicting. And in order, the best way to do that is subscribe. That's right. Bang the subscribe and also bang the little bell so you know when, of course, the videos come on, and then you make sure you get your predictions in. Speaking of predictions, let's take a look at how you guys got on then, shall we? Russell Frost, Patreon, respect to my brother. He did all right for himself, not too shabby. Raphael Awazi, not too bad. Vincent Hong, also not too bad. Ryan Francis, not too bad as well. Soccer Highlight did okay for himself. Indy 3 Stripes, not bad as well. Shane O'Donnell did absolute shit, but it's okay, buddy, so did I. Miles A did okay for himself. Shepherd V4, he's a Patreon. Respect to Bill Shepherd there. Respect to you. It should be flashing, but unfortunately, I don't know. There's a glitch in this system. Byram Oates, not too bad as well. Liam Martin, not too shabby with an edit. DCFC, not too bad as well, just like Derby. Well, in fact, Derby did shit this week. Matt Lynch with an edit, not too shabby. Lewis did shit. Rooney, son. Well done to you to standing up to the plate, though, and even though you did shit. Tom Ellis, not too. He did shit as well. What am I telling you, Tom? You did shit. Next up, we have Arman Sochi, not too bad. Global Manifastic, good name. Shit predictions. Okay, did shit. Football Mapper, not too bad. Angus Mayo did okay. No, Joker Young Handsome, aka No Code Drinker. Respect to my Patreon brother. He did shit though. Cody Ho, also Patreon. Respect to you. And of course, you did very, very well. Luke Strudwick, not bad as well. Yannick Buster did shit. Brad Petford, okay. Ollie on tour, not today. Logan Spavan, he did shit. And into the final one here, Gethin Tasker. He did all right for himself. Not too bad, buddy. Not too bad indeed. Then let's take a look at the next round of matches, of course, coming at you starting from Friday, the 9th of July. These are going to come at you in a bit of a random order. Starting with Where are you? We're starting with Barnsley. Barnsley up against Wigan. It does take place on Saturday, the 11th of July, this bad boy. The last 6 encounters sees 2 wins for Barnsley, 2 wins for Wigan, and 2 draws. They played at the DW early in the season. It was a 0-0 draw. The last time they played at the Oakwell was a 0-0 draw back in 2016. Goodness gracious me, no goals. Yeah, but they did meet once in Wigan in between those 2 0-0 draws. A 3-2 win for Wigan back in 2017 when they're both in the Championship. Meanwhile, Wigan have actually kept a clean sheet in 8 of the 9 last matches in the Championship, and they've also kept a clean sheet in the last 5 matches away against Barnsley in all competitions. Wigan are undefeated in 11 of the last 12 matches against Barnsley, so that's the stat that you need right there, a bit of information. Coming into this, Barnsley, not too shabby form, just one defeat the past 5. That was against Stoke, 4-0 battering a couple games back. Meanwhile, Wigan just one defeat the past 5 as well, and the rest have been wins, and that was a loss, a heavy loss to Brentford. So can they get back to winning ways this week to give themselves a boost and maybe get rid of that 12-point deduction that's hanging over their heads? We'll take a closer look in a second, but the bookmakers' odds on this one taking place on the 12th of July. It is the bookmakers' odds 6-4 for Barnsley, 12-5 is the draw, 9-5 is the away win on this bad boy, and a win for Wigan would give them up to 56 points. That could push them up mathematically to 13th. Win for Barnsley in 23rd could move up to 45 points, which will put them up above Hull at 26th spot, which is, you just need to be on that third from the bottom, really. Well, no, or do you? Because Wigan could do this. 56 points for Wigan will put them up to 44 points. And again, that's not enough to get out of the drop zone as it stands, but it's getting closer, ever so closer. They could probably do this, but I'm going to give it to Barnsley in the end. 2-1 win for the Tykes. Is that what they call them? Anyway, for the home side, 2-1 win for Barnsley, 3 points for them. Next up, we have the game of the weekend. It's like Ewood Park. Can Rovers make it back-to-back wins? Probably not. Up against West Brom, who are flying high at the moment, top of the table, 2 points clear of Leeds, who do play in action tonight in the current match day or the existing match day or the previous match day, whatever you want to do it. Anyway, heading into this, of course, I've done an extensive review on this, or preview on the channel. Make sure you check that out if you're a Baggies fan. Make sure you check it out if you're a Rovers fan. Of course, heading into this, the last 6 encounters, not bad form for Rovers. 2 wins for them, 3 wins for the Baggies, and 1 draw. They did play at early in the season, and in fact, very early in the season, in August. I think I might have been at the flipping Grand Canyon when this game took place. 3-2 final score. West Brom at the Hawthorns, Phillips, Livermore, and Diangang on the score sheet. Baddy Dack and Johnson on the score sheet for Blackburn. They did play last season, or the last time they played at Ewood Park was a 2-1 win. I was there, boys and girls. I was there at Ewood Park, all the way from the USA. I went there on New Year's Day 2019. 2-1 final score. I think it was Dack and Mulgrew on the score sheet. That's right. Jay Rodriguez with a penalty. Livermore with the sending off late into that game. West Brom actually won the last 3 matches. 3 matches in the Championship. Blackburn have actually conceded at least 2 goals in 6 of the last 7 matches as well. That's the problem for the defence. Heading into this, Rovers form not great. Just 2 wins the past 6. West Brom just 1 defeat the past 6 as well. And 1 defeat since the old reboot, and that was against Brentford. Way back when. Heading into this, the bookmakers odds will probably go with West Brom on this one. 15-4 for Rovers, 5-4 on for West Brom, 5-2 is the draw. A win for Rovers, dare I say it, could get us back into the playoff hunt. Realistically, it could push us up to 62 points, which would, as it stands, push us 2 points adrift off those playoff spots. Then we could start to maybe realistically have a little dream about it. But a win for West Brom, currently in 80th spot. If Leeds were victorious tonight, they could regain top spot with 83 points in it. So for me, yep, I know it looks horrible, and I know you're going to go, well, you're wearing your tentacle. I am wearing my blue and white glass. I've got to believe, boys, I've got to believe. 3-1 win for Rovers. That's right, take the 3 points with the 3 goals, and expect Gallagher to get a couple this time. The pressure is on for him to score, to deliver, after Dominic Samuel and Adam Armstrong scored last time around, and Graham. So pressure's on, Gallagher. Now it's your time. Next up we have Charlton up against Reading. Bit of a dead rubber this one. Not really. In fact, Charlton's still got work to do down the foot of the table. They're going to be taking on Reading, who are in that no man's land. Got nothing much to go on for them. Anyway, the last 6 encounters sees 3 wins for the Attics and 3 wins for Reading. No draws between 2 sides, so this one must be a draw. Heading into this, the last time we played was at the Majewski back in August as well. 2-0 win for Charlton, Lecco and Taylor on the score sheet. I don't think he's been playing recently. However, the last time we played at the Valley was back in 2016. It was a 7-goal belter. Hopefully we get something like that. Sonungo on the score sheet for Charlton. He actually got a hat-trick. Kumagurant got himself a brace. Oleg John and Dennis Rackles on the score sheet for Reading. That was back in 2016. Heading into this, the form book, Charlton back-to-back defeats for them, losing to Brentford and Millwall not too long ago. In fact, you're going to go back 4 games back for the last victory against QPR back end of June. Meanwhile, Reading just 1 win the past 5 as well. That was against Luton. That was a 5-goal Bobby Dazzler as well. So 2 teams looking for more points, more results. Of course, heading into this game takes place on the 11th of July. 30-8 for Charlton, 23-10 is the draw. 70-10 is the away win. A win for Charlton in 21st spot could put them up to 49 points, which would be above Birmingham, depending on mathematical goal difference and all that kind of jazz. Meanwhile, Reading currently find themselves in 13th spot. Win for them could get them to 56 points. Of course, it's too late for them. Any playoff push. I'm going to go with Charlton on this one. I like Charlton, I like Macaulay Bonne, and I like Lee Bowyer. I think they're doing okay, and I think that I want to see them back around next saison. Next up, we have Derby County up against Brentford. Of course, this is what I'm talking about. Games this weekend. Derby against Brentford. Brentford, of course, trying to get automatics. Derby trying to get in the playoffs. Fulham against Cardiff. Both two teams duking out for playoff spots. What else do we have? We have Preston against Nottingham Forest. Swansea against Leeds. Goodness gracious me, it is lose and you're out sort of stuff. And you've got to keep your heads above water. Anyway, Derby taking on Brentford. Of course, Brentford just looking very, very good. Derby had a rough result last time around against West Brom. In fact, back-to-back without a point for Derby heading into this. Anyway, the last 6 encounters sees 2 wins for Derby, 2 wins for Brentford, and 2 draws. They played at Brentford earlier in the season. It was a 3-0 win for Brentford. Watkins with a brace, and Bembo as well on the score sheet for Brentford. The last time they played at Pride Park, there was a 3-1 win for Derby. Harry Wilson with a goal, David Nugent and Mason Mount on the score sheet for Derby. Henrik Dalsgaard the one goal for Brentford. Heading into this, Brentford actually won their last 6 matches in the Championship, and Derby actually undefeated in their last 9 matches at home as well. So yeah, but Brentford are red hot form, 6 out of 6 for them. Derby need a result. They've got to go back to Reading for the last victory at home for Derby. Meanwhile, heading into this, the bookmakers odds 10-3 for Derby, 30-5 is the draw, 5-6 on for Brentford. They are red hot favourites heading into this. Derby coming to this where they in 9th of the table. A win though could see them up into the top 6, boys and girls, depending on what goes on with Cardiff and everybody else above them. Brentford coming to 3rd in the table. Mathematically, if Leeds lose back-to-back games, Brentford could go into the 2nd spot. That's how tight it is, folks. And they've got the superior goal difference. Brentford have got the bigger goal difference. That's going to count for an extra point at the end of the season. Just you wait. I'm going with a 2-0 win for Brentford on this one. I need it. I need it to go our way. I need it to go our way. Next up, we have Fulham up against Cardiff, and another game that I'm going to keep a close eye on. Does take place on Friday the 10th of July. I'm going to be rooting for Fulham on this one. The last 6 encounters sees 2 wins for Fulham, 1 win for Cardiff, and 3 draws. 1 draw was last time out back in August. It was a 1-1 draw over in Wales. Josh Murphy on the score sheet for Cardiff, Mitrovic on the score sheet for Fulham. Harry Arter got himself sent off on this day. The last time I played in Wales, so last time I played in London was a 1-0 win for Fulham as well. That was back in April 2019. Cardiff actually won 5 of the last 6 away matches in the Championship, whereas Fulham actually won the last 3 matches, period. Heading into this, 3 wins on the spin for Fulham, 1 defeat at the past 6 for Cardiff. That was against the mighty blue and white, of course. Heading into this, the bookmakers odds on this one taking place on the Friday. 90-20 on Fulham are the favourites. 29-10 is the long shots. That's Cardiff. 5-2 is the draw. A win for Cardiff. Currently find themselves in 6th spot. Could give them 67 points, and maybe, just maybe, they can actually climb the table and get a little bit higher than just 6th. A win for Fulham in 4th spot could see them up to 76 points. That could possibly leapfrog above Brentford, depending on what goes on over there. I'm gonna go with it. I'm hoping all this works out. 2-0 win for Fulham. It might not be my mind talking, but it's my heart that's leading me this week. 2-0 win for Fulham. Yep, hope so. Come on, make it believe. Then we have a bit of a relegation 6-pointer here. Huddersfield up against Luton Town. Luton need to win this one if they're going to get themselves a boost. Heading into this, the last 6 encounters see 6 wins for the Terriers, 2 wins for Luton, and 1 draw between the 2 sides. They played at Kenilworth Road early in the season. That was down in Luton. 2-1 win for Luton back in August. James Collins, Andrew Shinney on the score sheet for the hosts. Colin Grant got the 1-0 goal for Huddersfield. That was last time around. The last time played at Huddersfield was back in 2007. Goodness gracious me. The goal scorers on that day, do you want to know? Luke Beckett and Danny Cadamarteri. Woo! Paul Furlong getting himself sent off for Luton. That was a good 13 years ago. Huddersfield actually kept a clean sheet in the last 3 matches in the Championship, so they're starting to tighten up a little bit, sign up the ship. But they've only won once in the past 6. That was against Birmingham on the start of July. Meanwhile, Luton have actually just lost once in the past 6, and that's once since the Nathan Jones, or what his name is, has come back into the fold. That was a 5-0 bastering? A 5-0 belting by Reading at home as well. So it's actually 3... no, it's not. So yeah, heading into this, they need a win. Just 1 win in the past 6, though. 1 defeat in the past 6. A lot of draws. Too many draws for them if they want to get themselves up and at them. Also takes place on the Friday. Early kickoff, 6-5 on for Huddersfield. They are the favourites. 30-5 is the draw. 7-2 is the away win on this bad boy. To win for Luton Town, who are currently going down. A win for them could get on to 44 points, and mathematically they'll still have a chance. Huddersfield coming into this 19th spot on the table, 47 points on the board. A win for them could get up to 50 points, and that would be above Birmingham into 17th spot. I can't see anything but a 1-0 win for Huddersfield. Colin Grant from the penalty spot, something like that, something boring, and then they'll get the 3 points, and then they'll be leaving. And then next season, you know what, they'll be up there. Next up we have Hull City. They're the ones you got to keep an eye out up against Millwall. Millwall need a win if they're going to keep their dream alive as well of an ambitious playoff push. Heading into this, the last 6 encounters sees 1 win for Hull, 2 wins for Millwall, and 3 draws. They played earlier in the season down in London. It was a 1-1 draw back in August. Maybe it was Bowen. No, it was Grosicki on the score sheet. Josh McGuinness got himself sent off for Hull. Jed Wallace on the score sheet for Millwall. The last time played at Hull was a 2-1 win in February 2019. Goal scorers on that day. But Bowen was on there. Yes, he was. And Mark Pugh on the score sheet. Sean Hutchinson on the score sheet for Millwall. Heading into this, Hull have actually failed to win 15 of the last 16 matches in the Championship, whereas Millwall have actually kept a clean sheet in 5 of the last 6 matches away from home. Heading into this, though, just 1 win in the past 5 for Millwall. That was against Charlton not too long ago. 1 win in the past 6 for Hull. That was against Middlesbrough at the start of July. Heading into this, the bookmakers' odds on this one, 2-1 for Fulham. 12-5 is a draw. 11-8 is your long shot. That is Millwall. Is it long shot? It's tight. Tight margins on this one. A win for Hull in the 11th spot could see them mathematically jump up to 8th in the table with 62 points. A win for Hull in 22nd point could see them rise above Middlesbrough into 18th spot. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw on this one, which will probably eliminate Millwall from the playoff conversation and probably give Hull more of a headache, to be honest with you. They need the win, and they need the win now. Next up, we have Middlesbrough up against Bristol City. Against Bristol City now in no man's land, and they're still looking for a manager. Anyway, heading into this, the last 16 encounters sees 2 wins for Middlesbrough, 3 wins for Bristol City, and 1 draw. They played early in the season. It was a 2-2 draw at Bristol. Goals on that day was Taylor Moore with a big fat OG, Britt Sombalonga, score sheet for Middlesbrough, Casey Palmer, and Tommy Rowan, score sheet for Bristol City. Last time they played at Borough, though, was a 1-0 win for Borough back in 2019. April 2019. Middlesbrough actually failed to win their last 8 matches at home, whereas Bristol City have actually failed to win their last 5 away matches as well. So 2 teams looking for, they've got contrasting forms. You know, Bristol City shit away, Middlesbrough shit at home. But Middlesbrough actually won 3 of the past 6 games, where Bristol City just won the once heading into this. Of course, the bookmakers' odds, that's what you want to know. 21-20 is for Middlesbrough for the victory. 5-2 is the draw. 13-5 is the away win. Of course, Middlesbrough are in that sort of dodgy area, 47 points on the board. But if they win, they go up to 50 points. And they will leapfrog Birmingham in the process. Meanwhile, Bristol City currently find themselves in 12th. A win could get them up to 61 points. Do they start to believe again? I don't know. I don't know what the situation is. It could still be on, but realistically, it doesn't look like it's going to be on. 2-0 win for Borough for me, for Warnock's boys. Going to give them the victory and the 3 points and probably end the relegation hoodoo. And then, of course, what's he going to do? Is he going to stick around for next season, or is he just a few months wonder and just do one? Next up, another Bobby Dazzler. It's down deep Dale. It's Preston up against Nottingham Forest. Last 6 encounters sees 2 wins for Preston, 4 draws, and 0 wins for Nottingham Forest. It's actually been back-to-back draws for these two sides. They did play in Forest or Nottingham earlier in the season. It was a 1-1 draw, but a dome on the score sheet for Forest, Billy Bowden on the score sheet for Preston. Last time played at Deepdale was a 0-0 draw as well. Preston have actually drawn their last 3 home matches against Nottingham Forest in all competition, whereas Nottingham Forest have drawn their last 3 away matches this season. In this season, Preston have actually lost their last 3 home matches as well, so not great form. Just 1 win in the past 6 for Preston, but they're still in the hunt right now, and that win was against Sheffield Wednesday last time around. Meanwhile, Forest come into this just 2 wins in the past 6, not great form either. I think if there's someone to be someone to take out of the equation or give them a bit more food for thought, Forest is the one. They're inconsistent. They did beat Bristol City and Huddersfield last time around, but they did draw a derby. They did lose to Fulham as well. And they also drew with Sheffield Wednesday not too long ago, and they lost to Millwall. So they're not consistent at the moment. They're not blowing people away. So I'm going to go with a 2-1 win on this one for Forest. I'll give you the odds first before we talk about that. The bookmakers' odds 31-20 for Preston, 23-10 is the draw, 9-5 is the away win. A win for Forest in 5th could get up to 71 points and maybe just strengthen that playoff spot. Meanwhile, a win for Preston in 8th could get up to 64 points, and mathematically they could get in the playoffs. But I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Forest on this one. I'd like to, that's what I want to see. But will it happen? I don't know. Next up, we have QPR. They're going to be taking on Sheffield Wednesday. A dead rubber of a match, this one. The last 6 encounters sees 4 wins for QPR, 1 win for Sheffield Wednesday, and 1 draw. They played at London early in the season in the FA Cup. It was a 2-1 win for Sheffield Wednesday in the end. That was back in January, early in the campaign before the old lockdown. Fox and Windnor on the score sheet for Sheffield Wednesday. Jackie Wells on the score sheet for QPR. Meanwhile, they did play early in the season in the league at Hillsborough. It was a 2-1 win for QPR. That's right, Jordan Heigl on the score sheet and Stephen Fletcher from the penalty spot back in August. Heading into this, Sheffield Wednesday have actually lost the last 3 matches in the Championship. They've also conceded at least 2 goals in the last 3 matches as well. Just 1 win in the past 6 for Sheffield Wednesday. They could get sucked into a lower echelon battle, but also 1 win in the past 6 as well for QPR. 2 teams that need 3 points. This one's nailed on for a draw. I'm pretty sure of it. 8-5 is the QPR victory. 12-5 is the draw. 70-10 is the away form on this one for Sheffield Wednesday. Wednesday. Sheffield Wednesday are in 16th spot. A win for them could go up to 55 points. A win for QPR in 14th could see them rise up to 13th spot with 56 points. I think both of these two teams are safe from the drop. This one, though, I'm going with the 2-1 win for QPR. Don't know why, but it smells like a draw, if I'm honest with you. Should change it to a draw, but it's too late. Next up, we have Stoke up against Birmingham. Of course, Stoke in action against Leeds tonight. These two sides... I think Birmingham, they could still get sucked into it anyway. The last 6 encounters sees 4 wins for Birmingham, 2 wins for Stoke, 0 draws. They played at St Andrews early in the season. It was a 2-1 win for the Brum. Wotsa and Bellingham on the score sheet for the Brummies. Liam Lindsay on the score sheet for Stoke. Heading into this, Birmingham actually failed to win the last 10 matches in the Championship, so they're not looking good at the moment. So they're looking for a result and fast. Meanwhile, Stoke have actually picked up 2 wins in the past 5 games. One of those was before lockdown. And they've actually just won once after the lockdown. That was against Barnsley last time around. Of course, they're in action to Leeds tonight. Bookmakers' odds on this one taking place on Sunday, the 12th of July. 11-10 on for Stoke. They are the red hot favourites. 5-2 is the draw. 14-5 is the away win on this bad boy. A win for Stoke in 20th. Depending on what goes on tonight against Leeds, they could pick up a total of 12 points between now and the end of this game. 12.6 points. And that could mathematically shoot them up to 52 points, which would be up as high as 6th, 16th in the table. But a win for them, realistically, tonight, or in this game here, could see them up to 49 points, which would be above Birmingham in the process. Meanwhile, Birmingham are in 17th spot. A win for them could go up to 52 points, and that could be above Sheffield Wednesday into 16th. I'm going to go with a 1-0 win for the Stokies on this one, and that will probably end their relegation hoodoo. Next up, we have Swansea up against Leeds. This is a big one as well. I need Leeds to win this one. The last 6 encounters see 3 wins for the Swans, 2 wins for Leeds, and 1 draw between the two sides. They played at Ellen Road early in the season. It was a 1-0 win for Swansea. Wayne Routledge with the 90th minute winner on this one. But the last time played at over in Wales was a 2-2 draw back in 2018. McBurney with a brace, Kamar Roof and Pablo Hernandez on the score sheet for Leeds. Leeds are actually undefeated in 9 of the last 10 matches in the Championship. Just 1 defeat of the past 5 for them. That was against Cardiff. First game back after the old lockdown. Meanwhile, same could be said for Swansea. Actually, 1 defeat the past 6. That was a defeat against Luton. But since then, they've been looking very, very good. Heading into this, the bookmakers' odds 7-2 for Swansea, 11-4 is the draw. 4-3 on is Leeds are the favourites on this one. Of course, a win for them today against Stoke could get them back to 81 points, and a win against Swansea could get them up to 84 points. So then it probably look nailed on for them. Automatics in the end. A win for Swansea in 7th could see them up to 66 points. And that'll be in the playoffs if Cardiff lose. I'm going with a 3-2 win for Leeds. Goals in this one. There's plenty of goals in this one, but hopefully Leeds will come on top. And let's just say, between you and I, all of this magic comes in and bang on the pissing nose, boys. This is what the situation would look like out in the Championship. It would be Leeds leading the way, 81 points. West Brom will be in 2nd, 80 points. Brentford still breathing down their necks with 72, 78 points as well. Fulham, Nottingham Forest and Cardiff will be in those playoff spots. Cardiff will be 2 points clear of Rovers in 8th, 1 point clear of Swansea into 7th. Preston and Derby still in it. Of course, within touching distance, Millwall and the chasing pack probably out. And down the bottom will be Luton, Barnsley and Hull City going down. Of course, mathematically, with a 12-point deduction, Millwall could be, in theory, they'll be on 41 points, which would still be in the relegation zone. Anyway, that's what I think will happen. Make sure you get your predictions in nice and early. Speaking of predictions, of course, don't forget next season there'll be the Prediction League, boys and girls, where you can win yourself a coveted Prediction League Championship t-shirt. That's right, to be the Prediction King or Queen, depending on who you or what you are. So yeah, all you have to do is come back next year, predict regularly, consistently, get your predictions in, and you'll be ranked amongst everybody else to see who will be the Prediction King. And in order to do that, smash the subscribe button. Smash the subscribe button, smash the bell. You know when I'm going to go drop the video, so you won't miss a game. And then you'll be regularly informed about the videos and all kind of jazz. And also, if you want to support the channel in another way, you can go to patreon.com/Roverseas. Support the channel another way. I'm actually revamping the perks and privileges. And in fact, the Patreons are going to be in for some treats over the next few weeks, as I'm going to drop some exclusive content just for Patreons only. So make sure you check that out. But that's it, my friends. That's all I've got for you. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that thumbs up. But of course, if you're new, smash that subscribe. Get your bang up to date with all things Championship related, Blackburn Rovers related, Wolf football related. We're going to know here, boys and girls. Under one Ruski. And of course, check out the description. Links to my other social media platforms are on there. Twitter, I'm quite vocal on there. Facebook, I'm going to be vocal on there. And of course, Patreon if you want to support the channel in another way. That's right, of course. Win, you're still in. Lose, you're out. That's the Championship this weekend, and I'm looking forward to it. Until then, though, get your predictions in. I'll see you on the other side. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.